out. Like I said, chat, if you get scared easily, you don't have to watch, bro. If you get scared easily, you don't have to watch, bro. 1 second, let me change my title. I think I've just seen a message, a comment, but I don't know if it's... I think I see it's been like auto-modded. Hell yeah! 2 girls, 1 cup!
It was a typical day in the world of daytime television. Infomercials, soap operas, and highly scripted...
Hey, hold on. Let me close Rockstar Launcher. And also... Let me make myself... I hate this, like, background removal shit. I prefer the background blur, bro. I prefer the background blur. But I'm too big currently. There we go. Right, chat, let's go.
Shows filled viewer screens,
Woo!
with one of the more popular at the time being a program called Christina's Court.
Today in Christina's Court.
Christina's Court!
The show centered around a woman named Christina Perez, giving counsel and advice to those wrapped up in legal drama. And on this particular morning, comedian Sean Harris would be featured filing suit against his ex-girlfriend in the hopes of recouping...
Have y'all ever seen him in a film or anything?
Every month it would be something different, you know.
Like what?
Have y'all ever seen him in anything, bro?
This month because I got to do this or that. And I'm like, man.
So you let her go 9 months without paying rent?
Now, like I said, these shows were very obviously scripted, at least to some degree. And with Sean himself being a professional comedian, it led to countless funny moments and what turned out to be one of the show's more iconic episodes.
Yeah, he low-key seems
with by
fire.
far the most memorable moment coming at the very end.
He low-key seems fire.
When things seemed to deviate from the script.
Okay, what happened, bro? What happened?
Constantly like a child in my own house.
Child?
Oh, that's true. Ask him, he's been married for how long?
Over 27 years.
Over 27
Look at him though, he look mad.
Married 27 years.
You don't look happy, brother.
He a big guy, chat. I thought that was Ronnie Coleman for a second, bro. I thought that was Ronnie Coleman, the big...
Here, we see the comedian take aim at Christina's bailiff.
Okay, wait. As our previous video, we make predictions on what happens. Chat, my prediction is that the police officer kills the comedian. Watch Milk and Cereal later, though. What the fuck is that?
Ivy, who
Milk
was
and
an
yeah,
integral
sure,
part of
I'll
the
check it
show,
out.
being
Any
the
creepy
judge's
videos,
sidekick
bro.
for years
But no,
and
my
years.
guess is that
Though
the
it wasn't
comedian
often that he found
or the
himself at
policeman
the end
kills
of a
the
joke
comedian.
like this, as Sean suggests that Renard looked unhappy when
Someone's gonna die,
bro.
bro.
Married for over 27 years.
He's very happy.
Well, is he married to the judge?
Let's get back to the claim.
All in all, it made for a rather charming moment, with viewers adoring the lighthearted jab aimed at one of the show's most beloved characters.
Yeah, it's cute. Nice little banter, bro. Sort of sexy, what?
Though no one could have known at the time just how true that joke about his happy marriage would turn out to be.
Oh, nah, shit's getting weird now.
Still developing tonight, a Harris County Sheriff's deputy facing serious...
He killed his wife.
Charges. 63-year-old Bernard Spivey accused of killing his wife, 52-year-old Patricia Spivey, after an argument that turned deadly. KPRC Channel 2's...
And he's massive, chat. He probably brutally murdered
On July
her,
28th, 2019, over a decade after the aforementioned program aired, Bernard Spivey was confronted by his wife Patricia about what she believed to be steroid use or perhaps even infidelity. And in the midst of this heated argument, Spivey would draw his gun and shoot his wife once in the arm and then in the chest.
Damn!
Shortly after, police would find her lifeless body crumpled in their bedroom closet.
In the closet is crazy,
Now, after years and years of taking part in this once famed legal show, Spivey can be found alone in his prison cell, where he'll likely remain for the next 14 years of his life, for murdering a woman that he was
what's that other
so
famous
happily
black guy
married
who
to,
killed people, bro?
turning what was once one of Christina's Court's most iconic moments into one of the darkest examples of irony in all of television history.
Hey, chat, he is bald. He is bald, so he might be the black hitman.
Hang on for dear life.
He might be the black hitman. Martin Luther.
Happy woman.
Martin Luther King did not kill anybody, bruh. What are y'all talking about? Martin Luther King did not
Before
kill
we get any
anybody,
further,
bro.
I want to thank Scentbird for sponsoring this video and in turn making this dark content financially viable for myself. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service that allows you to select and try new designer fragrances every month without having to go to that dreaded perfume section where the smells are already so strong that you don't ever really get the full sense of the fragrance you're testing. Plus, you don't have to deal with pushy salespeople, which is perfect for someone like me who honestly lacks basic communication skills. Each fragrance you receive from Scentbird comes in a 30-day supply tester, allowing you to fully experience.
Hey, hold on. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck this ad, yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Okay, what's this one, Chad? What's this one?
The world of television is an interesting one. Despite the highly controlled and...
Prediction for this one. Prediction for this dark moment. Prediction for this. My prediction. Japanese TV show. Guy goes on like the challenge where like you have to do some sort of like crazy task, and he jumps off a building. That's my prediction.
Well-polished products that we're typically used to seeing on screens.
So I assumed.
There have been a surprisingly high number of deeply disturbing moments that have happened when on air, and this potentially new series aims to highlight some of the most disturbing. And what better way to start than with a relatively unknown case that has haunted me for years. Saturday, June 14th, 2008, a Japanese TV station called Television Miyazaki is running its standard live programming, which on this day was set to feature a game show-like segment in the remote rice fields of Takachi Hocho.
Okay, that's racist.
The game itself was simple. Competitors stood back-to-back on a small wooden stand above the shallow muddy water below, and when given the cue, they would attempt to shove their opponent into the water without turning their bodies around. In the end, the one left standing on the platform would be declared the winner, with the loser being left humiliated in the mud.
Someone can't have died from this, man. Someone can't have died from this, man. Oh, you have to use your ass, okay. But the guy's obviously gonna win.
Round 1 goes off without a hitch, resulting in the losing contestant being covered head to toe in a thick brown sludge, with the whole atmosphere perfectly encapsulating the craziness and high energy charm that you would expect from a Japanese game show made at the time. And so far, everything was all in good fun, with this excitement only escalating as the contestants convinced one of the show's hosts, a man named Tatsuchi Yanagita, to join in on the competition.
Red Chai, if I wasn't there with her, this would be a different kind of show.
It took some convincing, but eventually Tatsuchi agrees to compete, much to the enjoyment of everyone spectating.
The quality
and
of
from
this
there,
video
the
is
comedy
insane.
writes itself,
the quality of this video
as immediately
is insane,
after the round
right?
starts, it's apparent that he stood little to no chance.
$8K HDR for real, bro. 10-bit quality, bro.
And upon instantly losing his balance, Tatsuki reacts in a split second and dives off the platform, landing headfirst into the muddy water below, which causes his body to fall limp.
Oh, hell no.
The water that he had just dove into was merely 6 inches deep, with the rest consisting of a thick layer of mud, which his head would strike directly, instantly causing his neck to break. And in that very moment, Tatsuchi would be irreversibly paralyzed, leaving him unable to move from the neck down. It was a tragic accident. However, the accident itself is far from the most awful part of this live broadcast, with that coming immediately after. Unaware of Tatsuchi's severe injury, the crew believed that he was merely playing a prank on them and just joking around, and so they left him there, face first in the water, and proceeded.
Oh, hell nah! They left him there drowning! Oh my days, bro. They just for real left him there. Nah, I'd be crying, bro. I'd be like, nah. Don't tell me he died from that.
To shove his face even deeper and deeper into the mud.
They did what?
Face first in the water, and proceeded to shove his face even deeper and deeper into the mud, splashing even more on top of his head to rub in the fact that he had lost. They had no idea that during their antics, Tatsuchi was in a desperate fight for survival, as in those 6 inches of water, he was slowly drowning and completely unable to pick up his head to breathe. This lasts for an excruciatingly long 15 seconds before they begin to bob.
I thought bro was about to say 15 minutes.
Bob his head up and down, and eventually pull Tatsuchi's face out of the water. But this reprieve was short-lived, as the contestants proceed to drop him back into the mud face first.
My days, what are they doing, bro? What is going on?
It is so incredibly painful to watch, and made all the more disturbing.
Chat, he's paralyzed from the neck down. Yeah, but his face still feels stuff. So when they were dropping his face first into the water, the mud, only 6 inches. 6 inches is about this much. He was probably headbutting the floor and smacking his face.
With the over-the-top hysterical laughter coming from everyone around him, who are completely oblivious to the situation in front of them. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, Tatsuchi is hoisted above the water, and the camera switched back to the main broadcast, ending both Tatsuchi's and the viewer's pain. By some stroke of good fortune, Tatsuchi would survive the ordeal, but just barely, as it's estimated that even just a few more seconds in that mud would have likely led to his death.
No shit, bro.
But thankfully, this wasn't the case. And according to his Facebook page, Tatsuchi has learned to live with his body-wide paralysis, and even went on to rejoin the show years later in some capacity, ending this entry off on somewhat of a bright spot. Despite this otherwise being one of the more unsettling and appalling broadcast accidents that I've ever seen.
Hell nah. Wake up. Wake up. Oh, that's America. We'll coach. Yeah, try it's America's.
Had been in a coma for the previous.
On the topic of broadcasts that have left an impression on my life, I would say none have had more of an emotional impact than a story run by 60 Minutes about a man named Donald Herbert. The story starts back in 1995, just 4 days after Christmas, when a fire broke out in a home in Buffalo, New York. In an attempt to put out the blaze, firefighter Donald Herbert was standing on the roof of the building when suddenly it gave way. As a result, Herbert would fall into the attic where he would be trapped in the smoke, unable to breathe. He would lay there without oxygen for 6 whole minutes before they finally were able to pull
6 minutes? He's dead, right? Chai, if you don't have oxygen for 6 minutes, you're dead, right?
his body to safety, with the whole ordeal being filmed and shown on local news.
Chai, he's dead, right? No, he's
Somehow,
dead.
Herbert managed to survive this accident.
6 minutes without
but
oxygen.
being without air for that long caused him to lose most of his brain function, leading to him spending the following years in a minimally conscious state, unable to eat, unable to breathe, and seemingly unable to understand the world around him. Eventually, his condition led to him being placed in a nursing home, where a feeding tube was the only thing keeping him.
Can I keep it real with y'all? Can I keep it real? Kill me, bro. For real, just kill me. Like, euthanize me, bro. Bro, kill me. If that's me, bro, if I can communicate in any way possibly, like, if he couldn't communicate at all, damn. GG's, bro. Unlucky. Like, I feel bad. But if I could communicate even in the slightest, I'd tell him, bro, kill me. I wish to die. I can't do this.
I'm
bro.
alive.
Nah, I'm
For all intents and purposes, the man was gone.
Yeah, dead.
But then, something happened. On April 20th, 2005, a staggering 9.5 years after his accident, Donald Herbert woke up.
Ain't no waker.
In the nursing home where he had spent most of the years unresponsive, he would suddenly turn to a nurse and ask for his wife, Linda, while displaying signs of being fully lucid.
What the fuck?
Which prompted the staff to immediately call his family, who rushed to see him. And sure enough, despite Herbert being completely blind, he was not only fully responsive, but recognized almost all of his family members.
That is sick.
The moments following were all captured by cameras and later shown on an episode of 60 Minutes, with the footage being some of the hardest hitting and emotional that I've personally ever seen.
How does...
How long have I been gone?
Bro, God did. You don't believe in this, but you know who did? God did. Bro.
The pain in discovering that he had been gone for 10 years, all that time missed, robbed from a man who was just doing his job, is indescribably gut-wrenching. But it's what happens after this footage that proves...
If some crazy shit is about to happen, bro, please. This man was a firefighter risking his life. Lost 10 years of his life because he was pretty much dead. And now he's come back. Shit can't get worse.
To be the most upsetting part.
No.
For nearly 16 hours, the newly awakened man spoke with his family.
Is he about to die, chat? He's about to die, right?
Catching up on every little detail that he had missed. And though from that point on he had moments going in and out of his lucidity, his long-term prognosis actually seemed hopeful.
He's gonna die.
Throughout the next few weeks, Donald was surrounded by family members at all times, not only to take advantage of every single second that Herbert was awake, but also for his own safety as well. As since his awakening, he would thrash violently in his sleep, as if he still believed he was trapped in that blaze.
That's so
and so to
fucked.
ensure his safety, at least one family member would be stationed with the man
so
while
sad.
he slept. Though on one night, one of the family members on duty had grown too exhausted to stay any longer, and from the first time since he became lucid, Donald Herbert was left alone. And during that night, he would again start to thrash violently, with Herbert flailing so hard that he would fall out of his bed and strike his head against the floor,
Oh my days!
causing his brain to start bleeding.
Oh my days!
From that moment on, Donald Herbert would never become lucid again, and as a result of his injuries, he would pass away 1 year later from pneumonia.
Bruh. Yeah, that's fucking coke, bruh.
If anyone had ever
That's
thought
coke,
that
bruh.
such a horrendous thing could happen, obviously we would have stopped.
The Twilight Zone. Throughout its lengthy run, this television series
Yeah, I've
provided
heard of
some
this
of the
before,
most entertaining and
I've
memorable
heard of the Twilight Zone before, but I've never seen it. I've heard of like loads of people talk about it, but I've
moments
never
in
ever
all
seen
of
it.
television. But for this section, I'm going to be cheating a little bit, as rather than looking at an event surrounding the show itself, I'll be highlighting the far less memorable movie version of the series. Simply named Twilight Zone the Movie, the film was broken up into multiple sections serving as sort of an anthology work with 3 separate storylines.
Yeah, I've never seen
and for
it,
the
bro.
sake of this story, only one section and really only one scene bears discussion. The scene was intended to simulate a battle in the Vietnam War, in which the protagonist, a character played by actor Vic Morrow, is attempting to outrun an attack helicopter and escape the area. The footage.
How is a man supposed to fucking outrun an attack helicopter, bro? How is a man supposed to outrun an attack helicopter? Explain?
It was intended to serve as the section's dramatic conclusion, with it being described as the following. In the scene that served as the original ending, Bill, the character portrayed by Morrow, stumbles into a deserted Vietnamese village, where he finds 2 young Vietnamese children left behind when a U.S. Army helicopter appears and begins shooting at them. Morrow was to take both children under his arm and escape out of the village, as the hovering helicopter destroyed the village with multiple explosions.
I get that.
Based on that description alone, shooting the scene was going to be tricky and likely a very intense process on the set, as all the effects used were set to be done practically, meaning that they would require an actual helicopter and real pyrotechnics. Not only this, but the director, a man named John Landis, wanted to use actual child actors for the scene, which given that it was planned to take place at night and near explosions, was technically illegal in the state of California.
Why would you use...
Despite the laws in place, however, Landis decided to shoot the scene regardless, enlisting 7-year-olds Mika Din Lee and 6-year-olds Renee Shin Yi Chen to play the roles of the Vietnamese children. And with all the pieces now in place, the cameras began to roll on what was set to be the stunning conclusion to this particular section.
No, the kids. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on?
As the scene starts, the spectacle of it all can't be understated, as the lighting, setting, and the pyrotechnics truly set a haunting tone.
Bro, what is going on?
Unbeknownst to the production team, there was a major problem developing. As stated prior, all the effects you see here are real, and during the scene, there was an actual helicopter flying just above the actors, which by itself was already very dangerous, and made even more so due to the pyrotechnics. For the pilots, the explosions launched in the air created fireballs in the sky, making things much more difficult to navigate, but those on the ground were never made aware of this. And being pressed to make things look even more and more intense, the crew decided to double down on their explosions, launching 2 massive charges back to back. A decision that proved to be a costly one. as the second blast was so strong that it dislodged the helicopter's tail prop, causing the craft to spin uncontrollably.
No!
And within mere seconds, as the cameras roll on the 3 actors trudging their way through the water,
Nah, it's about to crash on them. Nah.
the craft crashes directly on top of them. Somehow, everyone on board the helicopter survived the wreck.
Wait, what?
Though those on the ground weren't.
Wait, what? Everybody survived?
The craft crashes directly on top of them. Somehow, everyone on board the helicopter survived the wreck, though those on the ground weren't so lucky.
Bro, I'm sorry, but, like... Bro, ain't there, like, loads of laws when it comes to movie making? Even back then, they had, like... Bro, you couldn't... Like, this shit shouldn't have been allowed.
As in one split second, the blade of the helicopter slashed into Vic Morrow and Mika Din Lee, instantly decapitating them.
Decapitated. Oh, my days. That's... God damn, bro. You know what's crazy, chat? Imagine being their mother and imagine being their mum and dad, and you're thinking, oh yeah, my kid's got an acting role in a big movie. Because I know the Twilight Zone was a big show. So I thought, oh yeah, my kid's got an acting role in a big movie. Yay, that's good. I'm so proud of them, blah, blah, blah. And you find out your kid gets decapitated. Like, head chopped off clean by a hell. I think I just bombed the studio. Bro, deadass right now, if I was the parent of that studio, of those kids, and I found out that happened to my kids, I'm fucking bombing all the... I'm fucking blowing myself up and blowing up everybody else, bro. I'm creating... Twitch, this is obviously fake. Fake scenario, Twitch. Same with YouTube. YouTube, fake scenario. But I'm bombing them. I don't care, bruh.
And as the craft slammed to the ground, Renee Shin Yi Chen would be crushed beneath its massive weight. In one frame, there were 3 living actors, and in the next, there were none. In retrospect, it's not hard to see the red flags and the dangerous practices being used by the production team. However, following several long legal battles, no one would be found liable in the death.
What? What? Chat, what? I'm out turning to XUC. Chat, what? Chat, what? What do you mean no one was found... Bro, no one was found guilty of this. W law. Are you serious right now? I'm gonna pull out OG speed. Are you serious right now? W law. Bro, no one was found guilty. What do you mean W
However,
law,
following
bro?
several long legal battles, no one would be found liable in the deaths of the 3 actors, and Landis himself would go on to enjoy an incredibly successful career. The Twilight Zone film would eventually be released years later, only with a different ending.
That's crazy, bro. That's a W law.
Demolish it. There's nobody'll come in here.
I'll
fight force with force.
Our final story takes us to the quaint countryside of Buttsfield, England, where a man named Albert Dryden had been living a fairly solitary life.
Get out of my chat
Following
right
his retirement from steelworking,
Get out of my chat right now. Get out of my chat right now. Get out of my chat right now.
Dedicated his life to building up a plot of land which he had purchased in the area. His main goal was to construct a bungalow for his elderly mother where she could live during the summer.
Yo, chat. W son, bro. Did you just hear that, chat? W son.
Albert dedicated his life to building up a plot of land which he had purchased in the area. His main goal was to construct a bungalow for his elderly mother where she could live during the summers, while also planning to build some sort of fallout bunker on the same plot. But right from the start, he ran into issues, as his permit request to build these structures on his land was promptly denied. This did not stop Dryden, however, as despite the ruling, he began his construction anyway, believing he had found a workaround with the law, as rather than building the house in a standard manner, he instead dug a deep hole into the ground and began to construct his home there, labeling it as the home in a hole. Due to this, the home only stood about 8 feet or so above the ground, which Dryden believed made the construction legal. However, he was wrong in his assumption, and the building swiftly caused a disagreement between the man and the Derwentshire District Council, with this rift growing more and more amplified as time went on. In the midst of this ordeal, a man named Harry Collinson was appointed as chief of the council and assigned to handle the case as his first order of business, and he did so by initially sending Dryden a letter demanding that he stop construction and also tear down what he had already...
That's valid. That's valid, chat. It's valid. He didn't have the permits to build the house, and he built it anyway. The council is now sending him a letter saying, please stop your building. Like, you can't, you don't have the permit. So far, valid.
Built. Dryden, however, decided to counter with a court appeal, which was swiftly denied,
Also valid,
leading to the court's final order that the
it's
building
be denied,
be demolished
obviously he's not going to
within
get
3
away with it, bro.
months.
Hell no.
It was around the same time that the local news began to document the ongoing feud
I
between Dryden and the government.
Okay,
and despite the numerous rulings against him, Dryden still refused to give in to the government's demands. And eventually, the council decided to take matters into their own hands and decided to demolish the structure themselves. So on
you know what my favorite cereal is? Block cereal, bruh.
20th,
Out of
1991,
here. Get out!
Harry Collinson, a demolition team, and a group of police constables traveled to Dryden's property to demolish the structure. Before this group arrived...
Plot twist. Chat, I think I know what's going to happen. They're going to go to destroy the house. His mother's going to be inside. They're going to kill his mother. They're going to kill his mother.
The decision was made that should Dryden attempt to escalate the situation, they were to immediately back off and come up with another plan to avoid any sort of physical altercation.
Yeah, bro.
At the scene, numerous reporters had already began gathering at the property line, including a cameraman for the BBC, who was there to document the feud in real time.
I think the house will
and
collapse.
right from the start, it was clear that Dryden was not going to be going down without a fight. The gate to his property was chain-locked, with Dryden standing behind it, pointing to 2 letters that he believed proved that he should be able to keep his structure intact,
doesn't have a
at least
permit,
for
bro.
the time being.
He didn't have a permit to build it in the first place.
There's an inspector coming out on this site in 5 weeks' time.
Well, it doesn't say that. I'll be ready to say
Well, I have another letter confirming that.
Can you show me the other
I'm
letter?
not going to
Bro,
show
there's
you
no-
the letter,
he didn't have
but this chap's coming out in 5 weeks' time. Well, all
I-
I'm asking is to be 5 weeks for the outcome.
I understand he wants to build... Yeah, what's up, Dev? I understand he wants to build a house for his mother, but he didn't have a permit, bro. He didn't... He wasn't allowed, bro. Nah, I swear, if his mother dies, bro, I'm gonna be pissed. We've seen... This one has so much death in it, bro. This video has so much death in it, bro. It's
However,
crazy.
Dryden's request for more time was clearly falling on deaf ears, and realizing this, Dryden began to grow more and more agitated.
Those 2 kids, bro. I can't get over those 2 people being decapitated. I think it was... Was it... Wait, in the previous one, was it the 2 kids that got decapitated? Or was it the man and the kid who got decapitated and the other kid got crushed? I forgot now. I forgot.
With his tone quickly turning far more menacing.
If you don't open the gate, now we'll obviously have to take the fence down with the machine. So if you want, you can have some time to remove the fence yourself to minimize the damage. Do you want to do that?
Bro, he doesn't have any, like, chat, I'm sorry, but I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that guy, but I agree with the government on this one. He has no right to build that shit, bro.
Now, you've been warned.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, I'm not going to explain, but if you had any sense, you would go away now and wait 5 weeks for the outcome of that. Right? That's my last word on it.
If you show me the letter referring to the 5
I can't show you the letter. I've told you where the letter is.
At this point, based on their initial plan, the crew should have certainly turned back, as it was now getting to the point that Dryden was outright threatening Collinson, warning him that if he were to step on his property, that something awful was going to happen. And though this did cause Collinson to take a few steps back, he still remained steadfast in carrying out the task and remained on the edge of the property line, standing his ground even when Dryden escalates the situation even further.
Something bad's about to happen. We're cooked. They're gonna hit a gas pipe and blow him up or something.
Can you get a shot at this gun?
Twitch, fake gun. Twitch, fake gun. Fake gun. YouTube, fake gun. Bro came out with a blinky, bruh. Oh my god. Bro legit came out. And chat, this is England as well. This is England. Bro must have had that from the war or something. Bro must have kept that from like the time he bro played Red Dead 2. Look at the stance, bro. Look at the stance this man has. Bro is legit like, yeah, you're done, buddy. Bro's legit like perfect, like, yeah, he about to shoot him. I thought this guy was gonna die of his mother, but the twist is crazy.
As the two stand face to face, Dryden brandishes his pistol and points it directly at Collinson. and wanted to ensure the man's combative behavior was being documented, Collinson asks the cameraman to get a shot of his gun, which subsequently leads to this moment.
Can you get a shot of this gun? Out of it!
Okay, now hold on. Yes, that was the most awful thing. He killed a person. But I'm not gonna lie, chat. That was the most swagger, chat, I'm sorry. I know he just killed a man. I know, and that's very bad. But the way bro was like, he stood on business. Bro legit was like, alright, bet. Wow. Bro, he stood on business. Oh my god. He literally just like, bro, that cameraman can't, yeah, chat, we all know in anime, movies, TV shows, cameraman ain't dying, bro. But it's just the way, bro, look at the way he looks at the camera and then he's like, okay. How are y'all saying cameraman's fault? Kai legit just died to Speed's dog in hardcore mode, bro. Let me message Kai real quick, bro. Kai used to, bro. Let me message Kai real quick, chat. Let me message Kai real quick. What is bro doing, bro? What is Kai doing, bro? God damn. Bro, what is Kai doing, bro? I just dropped him a message, bro. Get out! Now, but how is this the cameraman's fault? Y'all are tripping, bro.
In an instant, with cameras rolling, Dryden fires a shot directly into the chest of Harry Collinson, and then fires another at the crowd standing before him, leading to things devolving into a chaotic...
Wait, he shot the crowd as well. Damn!
And then fires another at the crowd standing before him, leading to things devolving into a chaotic scene of running and screaming.
As more shots were fired from a pistol, the camera crew and Look North reporter Tony Belmont ran for cover.
We were standing watching what was going on, and then a shot rang out at the chief planner, fell to the ground.
He has a gun. How's someone going to press him, bro?
I felt a shot in the arm, and I've clearly been shot here in the arm.
As the camera crew finally gets to a safe distance and catches their breath, it's revealed that one of the journalists for the BBC had been struck in the arm, along with one of the officers.
Bro!
Though in the midst...
This British man stood on business, but I can't respect. How could they tackle him, bruh? What do you mean tackle him? Look at the position.
You got a shot of this gun. Out of it.
How could they tackle him, bruh?
Of Harry Collinson, and then fires another at...
Okay, the people behind him, yes. The people behind him. But that's probably what they did. That's probably what happened. Look. Because he now... Yeah. This reporter is already shot. He's already shot.
And then
yes,
fires
like
another
penis.
at the crowd standing before him.
He's already shot. So after he shoots him now,
into the chest of Harry Collinson, and then fires...
When he reaches through here to shoot, after this... The crowd probably already grabbed him. But GG's, bro.
What was going on?
Bro, chat. As bad as it is, yes, he shot a man and killed him. That's crazy. The way bro stood on business, where he literally was just like, alright. It's the way he was holding it. Chat. He was holding the gun. And then he just went. Bah. Damn.
And a shot rang out at the chief planner, fell to the ground, and
Well, what happened? Bro, listen, he built a house when he didn't have a permit. The council was like, you can't build this house. He was like, no, I build house. So council was like, okay, we're going to destroy your house. So then he was like, no, kapow. Long story short.
I felt a shot in the arm, and I've clearly been shot here in the arm.
Getting shot doesn't even feel... Chat, I've been shot 10 times. Never even hurt,
Camera crew finally gets to a safe distance and catches their breath.
Never even hurt, bro.
It's revealed that one of the journalists for the BBC...
It's crazy, right, when that guy... let me scroll up 1 second. I didn't see a message. Okay. It's crazy, right, when that guy was shot, it had too much drama, but when a lot of people die on deaths... Twitter... For you page. No. Die on Def's Twitter For You page. Nobody cares. Kind of ripped to think about. Nah, chat, like, I know it sounds weird, but a lot of my Twitter is like gunfights and street fights and like police shootouts or like crackhead shootouts. But it feels weird. It feels more dramatic seeing it here. Like, I'll scroll on Twitter. I'll see a guy get shot like 10 times in the head or some shit. I'll scroll again, and I'm like, okay, shit, it is what it is. Got a feeling Jack and Def are the same person. There could be a possibility.
He had been struck in the arm, along with one.
I'm pretty sure when they first... Wait. There's no Exactly, bro. Exactly, eat bullets. There's no context on Twitter, bro. Like, here, they've legit, like, analyzed it, broken down what's happened before. Like, it's almost like you invested. On Twitter, I just scroll and that's it. Also, Jack and... Mr. Boarded, when Jack and Def first started watching me, I actually said... I think one of the first things, like, I thought about them was that they were the same person.
One of the officers.
But, bro...
Though in the midst of all this carnage, we see no sign of Harry Collinson.
Yeah, what happened to him?
As by this point, he was likely still on the ground where he had originally fallen.
Oh, my days, yeah,
he was dead. From his gunshot wound.
He was dead.
With his final words being...
Can you get a shot of this gun?
Out of it!
Can you get a shot of this gun?
Following the incident, police would engage in a standoff with Dryden, who claimed that he had set up booby traps and landmines, along with other explosives on the property, though this would turn out to be a bluff, and eventually he would be grabbed by officers and taken into custody, where he would subsequently be tried and sentenced to life in prison.
Bro.
And despite his actions on that day, Albert Dryden would go on to become somewhat of a national hero, growing a legitimate fan base for the way he stood up against the government. Dryden would live out his time.
He had no permit to build the house. I don't want to sound like a dickhead. I don't want to be the bad guy here, chat. But bro, as far as I'm aware, bro had no permit. And the government was like, hey, you can't just build a house here.
In prison until 2017 when he suffered a massive stroke, to which he was let out on a compassionate release, with the man eventually passing away just 1 year later. Though his actions that day will forever be immortalized as one of the most notorious and darkest moments in television history.
That's actually weird, bro. Bro just stood on business.
I want to give a big thank you to Scentbird for...
No.